Guys, Shane Robeson here from Integrity Web Studio. Today we're going to jump back into our Learning WordPress for Businesses tutorial, and this time we're actually going to upload our file stack and set up our database for the website itself. So we're going to jump into cPanel here. As you notice, I'm already logged in. You can access this either by logging into your hosting company and going to the cPanel, or if you type in the domain name / and the word cPanel, it will bring you to a login page that you can log in and jump back in here. In either case, we're in the back end, so the first thing we're going to do is find the file manager. We're going to click into that. And here we are inside the file manager. Now you notice I'm inside of public_HTML. Depending on your hosting company's settings, you may already land in here, or it may put you in the root of the website, which is a bunch of basically the lowest point in the file stack for the website. Please note that only files inside of public_HTML are able to be read by the internet, okay, or made live to the internet. So once we're inside of here, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to need to upload the files themselves. But before we do that, we're going to have to jump to WordPress and actually download those. So we're going to go to wordpress.org. Okay, please note .org and not .com. Wordpress.org, and we're going to click the download WordPress button. I've already done this to kind of speed things up. Basically, you're going to download a zip package with WordPress and then the files version, right? And this particular version is 4.7.5. We're going to jump back over here. Now we're going to click the upload button, and it's going to open up a upload protocol, right? And in this way, there's two ways you can do it. You can drag and drop it. You notice that I have the green plus. I can add that. Or you can simply find a file and upload. Again, to speed things up, I've already done this. You see the progress bar, so I'm going to click back. All right, and let's close that up. And it's going to put me back in here. All right, so what we got is the file is now uploaded inside of the folder, and if we were to refresh, we now see a zip file, right? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to click the icon, and then we're going to right click it, and we're going to hit extract. Same folder, we're not going to mess with anything there. We're going to close that up. Then we're going to click inside of the WordPress folder. Now we need to move these files out of WordPress, so we're just going to select all, go to move, and we're just going to delete the WordPress folder from the path. Alright, and boom, they're gone. So the reason we did that, guys, is we wouldn't see anything but a WordPress folder. We would actually have to type in the domain name / WordPress before we could see it. So we put that in the root of the public facing files. Alright, we're just going to delete this empty folder, and we're going to delete this this zip package, since we no longer need that. Alright, our next step here, guys, is to rename the config file. So about halfway down, you'll notice it's wp-config-sample. Alright, now the first thing we need to do is name it wp-config. Very important here, guys. So click on the name twice, remove the parts that you don't want, and then hit enter, and it will save. Okay. WordPress only identifies with wp-config.php. It won't recognize the -sample, which is why they upload it. In case you already have that file, it wouldn't overwrite anything. So now that we've changed the name, it is referencing the right thing, but we're going to notice if we go to the front end of the site, we go to the front end of the site and refresh, it's going to be a database error, right? And this is perfectly normal because we haven't set up a database, nor have we referenced it inside of the config file. So just to show you what we need to do, I'm going to click on the icon once, and then I'm going to right click, and we're going to hit code edit here, guys. And it's going to open it up. And it's basically three pieces of information that we need to add here: the database name, the username, and the password. Those three elements will get our site live. In addition to that, we need to create salt keys. Okay, but before we do that, let's jump back to our cPanel. All right, I'm here in the root of the cPanel, and we're going to go to MySQL Database Wizard. All right, and guys, this is basically filling out a form. All right, so let's give it a name. In this case, we're going to call it test. Next up, that was our database name. Now we're creating a user, right? And we're going to call the user test as well. All right, as far as passwords, we'll use the generator. I'll copy that, use password. It automatically fills it in. You notice that it's very strong. So let's create that user. Once we create the user, I can save it here. I'm not going to do so. We need to give privileges. As of now, it wouldn't be able to do anything. We need to just select all privileges. Okay, nothing complicated there. And then we're going to jump down and hit our next step. Guys, that's basically it. We've created the database and it is now ready to be used. If we click into MySQL databases, you'll notice that we have a database. Under current databases, we have a database, and then we scroll down and we see the database users. And again, I understand that they're the same. It's not a big deal. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is type our passwords. So that's the last thing that I happen to have copied. All right, and we're going to do this inside of our quotation marks. Make sure that we keep those quotation marks intact. All right, otherwise it will break. So let's go copy that database name. And this is the true reason that I keep them the same, is so I can put the same name and user. For an extra level of security, it would not hurt for you to change those up, but it really isn't that important. Okay guys, now technically if we save this, we're ready to launch the website, but we do need to set our salt keys, right? And in order to do that, they provide you with a link here in the comment section. We're just going to copy that link, and as it turns out, I already have it pulled up. And as soon as we paste that link and hit enter, it's going to generate these keys. Now notice every time I hit enter, it generates another set of keys. So no matter how many times you hit it, they're always going to be unique. All right, and all we're going to do, we copied those keys and we're just going to highlight the defined areas here and paste. All right, save those elements. All right, so let's jump back to our front end of the website. Notice we had the error before. The reason why is because we actually didn't have a website connect, or excuse me, a database connected. We're just going to hit that again. All right, and here we have the basic launch page. There's a few more steps that, again, much like filling out a form, to me this kind of reminds me of setting up iPhone for the first time. But basically we're just going to choose our language. In this case, I'm English. Site title, so let's do WordPress for businesses. Username, we're going to use your name as temp. All right, and then we're going to copy this big strong password. All right, you can overwrite this password, although it's not recommended. You want to make sure that it's very strong in what you do. If you can remember it, it could probably be hacked, so keep that in mind, guys. And then we're going to add an email address. In this case, I'm doing Shane at Integrity Web Studios. All right, we can, as you can read here, discourage search engines from indexing us. Truth be told, this has little play on whether or not a search engine will find you. They do what they want, when they want, and how they want, and that's just the world we live in. So if this was something that you don't want to be found by Google or Bing or Yahoo, you can of course do this, but there's much better ways of hiding the site, making it private and password protecting it and such. But for our immediate needs, we're ready. So we gave it a name, username, password, and I'll copy that again in case I didn't, and then you'll provide an email. So we're going to install. It's going to take a second, and it's going to spit us back out with a success message. Alright, so success, the username is, in this case, your name. It would be whatever you chose, and of course the password that we created. So we're going to go ahead and click log in. And whenever we log into our WordPress website, we're going to type in WordPress-admin. In this case, it spit us out directly to the login page. But whenever we type that in, WordPress-admin, it's automatically going to put us onto the WordPress-login.php page. All right, so we'll paste that there, and then we're going to log in. All right, guys. So congratulations. We just uploaded the file stack and connected our database to it. So if we go to the front end meaning the public facing side of the website, what the world would see, you can see we now have a web page up. This is utilizing the 2017 default WordPress theme. Every year they release a new one, and it's very basic, but here we have done it. This black bar is only visible whenever we're logged in. The regular user will not see this unless perhaps you gave someone access. With that being said, it will be at the top here, so that's how we know that we're logged in. So clicking on the name from the front end will bring us to the back end, and vice versa. Alright guys, so that's it. We have officially installed our website, and we're now getting ready to jump into the nitty-gritty of building it out, designing it, of course putting some lead capture in it, all the fun stuff and the things that will really generate your return. Alright guys, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions, need me to hit something in a different manner, want to dive into a detail that I kind of skimmed over, let me know in the comments, and I will certainly jump in and have that discussion with you and walk us through it. Alright, thanks so much.